One of the things we constantly are doing in the whole Department of Pediatrics, but in my area, specifically the neonatal unit, is we're constantly doing quality improvement projects. And one area that we began working diligently on at the end of 2011 was our incidence of central line infections. To keep premature babies going requires the placement and maintenance of central lines, be they umbilical lines or peripheral venous lines. And unfortunately, the longer those lines are in, the higher the chance of getting an infection. And nosocomial infections in lines are costly, add to length of stay, and have the potential to be devastating to the baby that receives them. So we've made a really concerted effort by doing research and incorporating several different toolkits in an effort to reduce our central line infection. And we went 65 weeks without having any central line infections. And if we look in total, we've probably had, I think we've had 2 infections in our last 85 weeks. And even though this process has been a success, it's now become part of our routine care, and we're not abandoning the toolkit. We continue to work on it, and if we see any regression in our outcomes, we'll refine our toolkit and work harder at it. The line itself is sterile when it's put in, so the infection has to come from the outside, and it's usually bacteria that are colonized on the newborn surface, on the skin, which is their own natural flora, whether they come from that baby's intestinal system or from their skin itself. We can contribute to that by, if we touch babies with dirty hands without wearing gloves, if we cough and sneeze into a baby, we would obviously contribute to that. So part of this toolkit, of course, is strict hand washing, is the wearing of gloves for anybody who touches, any physician or staff member who touches the baby. And then there's very strict protocols with how we enter these lines, how we clean them, how we change them.